welcome to my garden channel. Today we are going to be inside because I'm going to be talking about setting up our grow light station and starting some of our cool weather seeds. It's the end of February, so this is the perfect time to start thinking about starting seeds, especially your cool weather crops. And some flowers that might take a little bit longer to germinate or be ready to set outside. The main thing I want people to take away from this video is that you do not have to spend a lot of money on a grow light station. I know that seed starting can be intimidating, and I've seen a lot of really beautiful grow light stations, but they are incredibly expensive. And if you're on a budget or you're just trying to not spend a ton of money, it can be really easy. This can be as expensive or inexpensive as you want it to be. Our station is basically made up of some plastic shelving that we bought from the hardware store. I will turn it around and show it to you. We added a level out of wood, so you can really build your station out of whatever you have laying around. And then you can just use LED shop lights. So you don't even have to purchase those really expensive lights they're marketed as grow lights. You don't have to buy those either. You can just buy regular LED shop lights and those work just as well. We've been using them for probably 4 years now, and we've never had any issues with getting our seeds to germinate and our plants to grow while we're waiting to put them outside. So I hope that this video inspires you to maybe try your hand at some seed starting, and know that you don't have to spend a ton of money to do it. And once you purchase everything you need, you reuse the same material every year. So this year we spent $0 on our grow light setup, and the only thing we spent money on for our seeds was the seed starting mix and the seeds themselves. That was it. Other than that, we didn't buy anything new. Some people might even wonder why go through the trouble to start seeds, and it can save you a ton of money on plants. When you go to the hardware store or your garden center, you're usually spending a couple bucks a piece, if not more, for a single plant. So seed starting can save you a lot of money because you can grow as many plants as you want. A packet of seeds is usually $1 to $5 depending on the plant you're buying and how many seeds come in the packet. And then you grow as many plants as you have room for. So it saves you a lot of money, and it's easy to do. It seems intimidating, but it's pretty easy to do. And it also, for me, gives me something to look forward to and sort of helps me get through these last few weeks of winter, when I'm craving to get out into the garden. I really miss gardening right now. Winter is just clinging on. This gives you something to do while you're waiting to be able to get outside and plant in the ground. This is also an amazing thing to try if you have kids, because it's really educational. You can show your kids the life cycle of a plant. So lots of great reasons to start seeds yourself. I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you our setup, and we already started some of our seeds. We started our cool weather stuff, like I said before, We're going to hold off on the warm weather stuff like tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, all that good stuff. We're going to wait about another month because we can't set them out until it's much warmer anyway. So we're just focusing on the cool weather stuff that we'll be able to set out in a few weeks. So I will turn the camera around, show you our setup, and then what we have planted. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's all put together. As you can see, we started with this really cheap plastic shelving unit that we got from a hardware store. We've had it for many years. We just keep reusing the same thing every year. And then we ran out of space because we were expanding the amount of plants we were starting from seed. So we just took some scrap wood and basically just shoved it into the leg area here and created another platform so that we could start more seeds. We also started with grow lights. So these are actual grow lights. These and these are actually marketed as grow lights. We started with those because when we were learning, we thought you had to have lights specifically made for starting seed or growing plants. And we learned through research and experience that that is not true. So you see down here, these are just LED shop lights. We got these at the hardware store. They have a couple of bulbs in them. And that's it. There's nothing special about them. The other nice thing about LED lights, we have two of them, is that they don't get warm. They stay pretty cool. So that keeps the plants from, as they grow and they get closer to the light, from getting too singed. So as you can see, we only have a couple of things started for now. These are the cool weather plants that we're going to start off with. So these plastic trays we got from a grow starting kit when we first started. So we've got the trays, we've got the seed cells. We just filled the cells with seed starting mix. And then it comes with a little cap on top to keep the moisture in. When you're starting seeds, it's really important not to let them dry out, or that can prevent it from germinating. So we have two of these larger trays going for now. And again, we've had these for several years. So we purchased these years ago. Every year when we're done with our seed starting, we pack everything up, we put it away, and we use it again next year. So once you make your initial purchases for materials, you don't ever have to do it again. And then I have this smaller tray here that I just added I have some lobelia flowers I'm trying to start. So we've got lettuce, kale, pak choi, broccoli, and cabbage. And then, oh, there's my dog. She is upset that I'm not paying attention to her, so she's gonna stand in front of me until I acknowledge her. And then we have spinach and several rows of beets because we love beets. And then I have some more flowers down here. So I'm growing agastache or agastaki. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced a couple different ways. And hollyhocks I'm trying for the first time this year. So These will take about, we just put these in yesterday, so these will take 7 to 10 days to actually germinate, and then they'll be in here for a few weeks. And by then it will be toward the end of March, and then we'll be looking at whether it's warm enough to start setting things out, or if we need to just pot them up and let them hang out inside for a couple more weeks. Spring in the Midwest is very unpredictable, so sometimes we have a beautiful warm spring, sometimes it's cold, sometimes it floods and rains. So we are just gonna have to wait and see when it'll be safe to put them out. And then, like I said, we will start the warm weather stuff in about another month, and then that will take up the rest of this grow station. So this is something you can do a little bit at a time as well. So if you just want to give it a try, you can buy one light and have one platform and see how it goes. And then as the years go on, you can add to it like we did. Another thing to point out is in order to get these lights to hang, we just bought some hardware and screwed it right into the plastic. So we have hooks on either side, and then we just bought this chain from the hardware and connected it to the lights so that we can raise these as the plants get taller. We'll raise this so the plants aren't butting up against the light. So again, super easy. I really encourage you to give it a try. Even if you just start small, start with one tray and one light and see how it goes. If you have any questions, or you're wondering more about our setup or where to find the material, feel free to pop those in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope this inspires you to maybe try your hand at some seed starting this spring and see what happens. I also have another seed starting video from last spring that you can check out that goes into a little bit more detail with actually planting the seeds in the cells. So you can check that out too on my channel. All right, have a good rest of the day, and we'll catch you next time.